And anyone has any answers?
Creating music. Make music, create music.
Close.
Start off with something, some basic instruments, nothing at all.
In some form of harmony, melody.
In catchy lyrics with music, like marrying them together.
You are almost close to the answer. Any more answers?
Anything you want? Yes.
Yes. But you're missing one more important element. Okay. If anyone answers, okay, I'll tell you. Composing music and rapping basically has two parts. Composing music is making music from scratch, which you have not mentioned. So like there are two ways, like mediums to do it. So first is physically, like you have physical keys, physical strings, violin, saxophone, and then you just digitize them all and you make a song. And the second way which I've used was digitally. So like applications like GarageBand. So it's for your reference, GarageBand is an application where you make music from scratch. So all the instruments are given in one entire application. That's what I did. So rapping is the art of singing non-stop in a high tempo or speed. So composing music with rapping is the combination of both. So my goal is to make like a song from scratch and rap along with the beats which I made, and I have an outcome to make people think that it's a very strong, beautiful, and impactful song, which is pretty harmonious. Okay, now let's talk about how did I go about it, my process. So the first step is to think about the kind of song, like a pop song, rock song, electronic music. So for this one, I stuck with electronic music and with a bit of EDM because that's my style. Step 2 is to think about the lyrics of two songs. Now you may be wondering why two songs, because I thought to make a first song, which is what you would call a draft piece, but both, and the second song and the first song, but they don't relate to each other, is what I can say. So I made the lyrics for my song 1 and then sung it out. So song 1, spoiler alert, is a parody of Dua Lipa, and the second one is entirely made by me. So I sung out the lyrics, then both, and then I decided with my mentor, who is Varun sir. After I moved on to making my draft piece or first song, that way I'm confident that I can make the second song. Step 3 is to decide the beats, because beats are very essential in every song you make. So I thought about simple beats. So sir made very simple beats for me. I took that reference, and using those simple beats I made my song, and then I recorded. After that I go ahead with recording all of the instruments and my voice. And last but not least, step 4 is to show the result to my mentor, and I play around with the microphone a bit and a bit of my beats, and I'm done with it. So let's talk about the details of the final result. So the name of the song is called I Wanted. The instruments used are given here. So if you're wondering what is the 70s synth are, it's kind of like a combination of an organ and a piano, but you have more control over it. That's 70s synth are. And it kind of sounds like 70s music. And extreme tuning is a mode of a microphone. So chords used are the C major chord, E minor chord, and A minor chord. Chords are basically a combination of 3 or maybe more notes for making like a song. So let's talk about my first song. This is the audio which I'm going to show you. It's called History of Life. Can you guys hear it? I thought of making a parody because it'd be fun and it's much easier. So that was the first song. Let's move on to the final result, song 2. And this song is a 4 minute and 12-second song, which is pretty long for a song, but I'm going to show you only 1 minute and 30 seconds of it. Okay, so this is 1 minute and 30 seconds of this song. So basically, this is my song 2 with the result. So now I really love to show you the lyric document of each of these songs. So let's start with I Want Her. Okay, I'll show you the lyric document in the end. But basically, like, if you want, I can share this because there's a problem with this. So, and now we're going to move on to the most asked questions. So let's start with my challenges which I faced. So the challenge which I faced was recording the audio. So if you may have listened, there was a lot of background noise in between. Do you agree with me? There was a lot of background noise, right? So basically, I had to record this in a very noisy classroom. And when I tried to record it many more times, it still did not work because the timing wasn't right, and I had to stick with the first audio. That was the main confusion around here, but I still managed to figure it out. So the number of audios I had to record was about 20 times, which is too much for me to handle, so I just stick with the first one as Sir told me. The best part is that to make the song 1, because making a parody is much easier than making a song from scratch, to be honest. This only took me 1 week, while this one took me more than 1 month. Moving on, we have my mentors. My mentors were Chitrangada ma'am, my homeroom, and Varun sir, one of my favorite advisors for helping me make this song. The resources which I've used was my MacBook, my iPad, and my there's the app, right, the GarageBand, that helped me a lot in making the song. Now let's talk about my learnings of this project. The only thing that I've learned is to experiment with more mediums of instruments and microphones and everything. So if you may have seen the instrument list, there were only 3 instruments used: the drums for beats, the 70s synth arp, and the extreme tuning. I could have used more of piano, guitar, strings, and even more. So I could have done that, and that's more of a reflection time, but that's also a learning of mine to experiment more. And yeah, speaking of reflections, the first one is time management, which is a key thing to all of my projects, because I generally keep things to the end moment as many people would do. So I'm one of those people, and I should improve on it. And of course, the experimentation of more mediums. The feelings for this project, overall, I'm very happy with the result. But when it comes to the voice, I think I should improve more on the timing and the background noise reduces. Will I continue it? The answer is no, I am not going to continue it. Because I get bored all the time doing the same projects and again. Because I'm already done with the result, and if I'm going to make another one, it's not going to help me at all. So experimenting with more projects helped me to learn more. So yes, thank you. Any questions or feedback?
I think you had the FAQs all right there.
Yeah, all the feedback and questions are right there. You answered them all.
But I really like the beats of your the second song.
Thank you.
And I think you should pursue it.
Yeah, thank you.
That will work.
Sure.